Hello everybody, it's Julia here from the Highly Sensitive Tarot, and it's been a while since I've done a video. Must be 2 to 3 weeks, I think. I thought I'd come on today and sort of do my what have I been up to for September video. I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody had a lovely autumn equinox with Mabon or Mabon, however you pronounce it. It's the what is it today? It's the 26th of September today, and I thought I'd come on and show you. Well, I can't really show you a lot of what I've been up to because, to be honest, with my tarot cards, there hasn't been a great deal. I'm still feeling quite burnt out from my move and sort of, I don't know, lacking creativity, I suppose. You know, when you move house, everything becomes a sort of task orientated, doesn't it? You have a lot of jobs to do and a lot of things to get on with, and it's quite hard to be creative when you're just busy and tired and got a long list of things to work your way through. So that's my excuse anyway. I have been doing a fair few readings for myself because there's been quite a lot gone on in September. It was quite a difficult month, to be honest. There was an ending of something that had been brewing for a while and it needed to happen, and I'm glad that it has. There's been a new start, there's been something new, which is quite exciting. I've been getting on with things in my house quite a lot. I've got a new gate at the side of my bungalow now, so I can actually get in and out of my garden easily, which sounds a silly thing, but I'm so happy about it. Next week, my patio is being redone. So I think I did show you in a video my patio, and you can see it's all sort of broken and uneven, and none of my furniture sits on it. My storage box is sort of on the and so nothing is sitting properly. So I'm having that leveled out and new paving slabs put on it. And shortly after that, I plan to put some cardboard and carpet and bits down on my grass to hopefully kill my grass over winter. I really don't want a lawn. With the garden that I've got, I want to turn it into big beds and grow plants and shrubs and flowers and herbs, and that's much more my thing. I just can't, you know, I'll have a nice patio to sit on, and I just can't see the point in having a lawn really. So yeah, that's being done next week, weather permitting, because of course in the UK it's quite chilly already. It's rained a lot, and if it continues to rain, I don't think they'll be able to do it, but we'll have to see. Fingers crossed, hey. It was I can't, do you know, I've been waffling and I can't remember what I said. It was my birthday on the 22nd of September. I'm a Virgo on the cusp with Libra, and my birthday is also it's Mabon, isn't it? So it's quite a nice time of the year to have my birthday. And it was a very quiet affair this year, but it was lovely actually. I got quite well spoilt by my family and my friends. It was unexpectedly nice actually, because I hadn't really made sort of a fuss about it. I hadn't really told many people, and I got some really sweet presents. My friend bought me this sort of witch's plaque, which I might show you in a minute actually, my windowsill. She bought me some nice smelly things, some natural soap, some dark 70% chocolate, which was lovely. I bought myself a couple of tarot decks and a book for my birthday, and I was given some beautiful books. So I'm gonna show you those, but only very briefly. And if you'd like to see them in more detail, please do say, and I'll do a separate video looking at the books particularly in more detail. And I also want to talk today about what I plan to do over the next couple of months, because as I said, I've been really lacking in motivation. Normally at this time of year I get quite stuck into some shadow work. It's sort of been an ongoing project of mine over the years and something I quite enjoy really, but I'm not really feeling it this year. And I mean, you may have noticed if you watch my channel much, I've really not put a lot out really over the summer, and I keep watching other people's videos and, you know, VRs and things like that, and I'm just struggling to get myself motivated to do a lot. So I've decided I'm gonna take part in and have a go at the what is it called? The name has fallen out of my head, which is shocking, isn't it? It's the Drop M78 Tarot Challenge by Mindful Tarot. So I'll show you the decks that I'm going to have a go at with them. That's a 78-day challenge, looking at one card in the deck, starting with the Ace of Pentacles, I think, and working your way through to the World. So I think that starts mid-October. But anyway, I'll talk about that in a minute. Let me just show you my autumn altar and my little windowsill. If you just hang on. So this is my windowsill. That's the little witchy plaque that I was given. And I'm starting to set it up ready for sort of Samhain and, well, just the autumn really. I've got this beautiful sort of garland hanging up my window, and look at my beautiful plant and my witch there. I love my little windowsill. I have to leave half of it empty because you can see outside there by his cat flap is the George. So I have to kind of leave that open for him because otherwise there would be mud over everything. I pulled a card this morning from my Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle because I plan to use that through the summer, and that was the card Beautiful this morning, and that's to remind us about our inner beauty. So that was a lovely card to pull this morning. This is my little autumn equinox altar at the moment. You can see I've got some acorns, some pine cones, some lavender. Pumpkins are not around in the UK just yet, so I've got some little plastic ones on my altar. But I'm loving my little tarot room, to be honest. It's feeling better and better for me all the time. My little cards up the back there. I think it's the Half Moon next, isn't it? It's coming up. Yeah. So yeah, that's my little altar. So for my birthday, I bought some decks for myself. On eBay, because I've been buying, you know, I'm spending money like water really in my new property, so I've had to really rein in my spending, unfortunately. So I've been looking on eBay for sort of bargains and things, and I found on eBay this book, and I thought it was going to come as an actual tarot deck. So I was surprised when it came as a book, but it's a tarot deck in a book really, and it's the Circadian Tarot by Jen Altman and Michelle Blade. Yeah, it's one of those where you just sort of open it on a page and that's your card really. So I suppose it's a book that you would use as an oracle deck. I just opened it to the Four of Swords there. I mean, it's got some quite nice artwork in it. That's the Four of Wands. It's quite a nice little book. Some of the writing in it is quite interesting. So I don't know. That may well be rehomed. I'm not sure about that because, like I said, I really thought it was going to be a deck, the Circadian Tarot deck. And I also had another disaster, I suppose you could call it, because how long ago? Well, it was a while ago. I was watching Masha's channel, Musings by Masha, and she'd shown some cards from the Little Prince tarot deck, and I just thought it was beautiful. And I remember that story from when I was younger. So I'd looked for it secondhand on eBay, and I found this deck on eBay. And the woman had taken quite a lot of photos of it, but she had not taken a photo of the bottom of the deck. So as you can see, it is a little knockoff deck. So I'm not really very happy about that. But I'm going to keep it because it's such a little cute deck, and I'm going to continue to look and see if I can find a genuine deck somewhere. I don't know if you can see those with the glare from the window. It's such a cute little deck, it really is. It's so sweet. So like I said, that's the back, so I'm going to keep looking and see if I can find a genuine deck. So there's that. And then I bought myself 2 new mass market decks. I think they both came from Amazon actually, and this is the Fantastical Creatures Tarot, which I've had my eye on for a while, and it was definitely brand new because the cards inside it were sealed, but as you can see, the box is a bit battered. It's annoying, isn't it, when things come like that? You know, at first glance at the box, I might have thought that it was not new, but it's a very sweet deck actually, and you get these quick reference cards with it. These are the backs. Yeah, you get these quick reference cards, and you also get a little guidebook. I have not really done anything with this deck so far. I've just sort of flicked through it, but who is it by? I can't remember. It's a US Games deck. Oh, it's Lisa Hunt, isn't it? And D.I. Conway. Lisa Hunt, that's it, yeah. I really like it, actually. I think this will read well. I'm always fascinated by the weird and the fantastical. So yeah, I'm sure that I will enjoy that deck. It's really quite nice. So there's that one. Like I said, if you want a proper walkthrough of these decks, or a look at the books that I'm going to show you in any more depth, do please let me know. And the second deck I bought myself, and I've had my eye on this for ages when it was sort of on pre-order, and it's Tarot of the Unexplained. This is by Dave Ziller, and it's a what is it? A red. Ooh, I can't read that. Redwheelwiser.com. Yeah. And before I'd got mine for my birthday, I'd seen Simon at the Hermit's Cave do a walkthrough of this deck, and it just made me laugh so much. This is the backs, and it's silver, which is okay. Yeah, he did a walk through the deck, and some of the cards, all the majors are really quite cool, like the Remote Viewer for the Magician. What's the High Priestess? The Bell Witch. La Llorona, I don't know who that is, but that's the Empress, isn't it? Indrid Cold. See, I don't know who all these people are, so I'm going to really have to read the book. But what Simon was laughing at is when you get into the miners, the suits have all been renamed, and we've got ones called the Knockers, and I don't actually know what they all are. Let's have a quick look in the book. So knockers are wands, portals are cups, ghosts are swords, and saucers are pentacles. But he was giggling such a lot, and they've made me giggle. And I don't know whether in the US what the word knockers means. I mean, I think it's in this deck. It's obviously a word for Bigfoot or for Sasquatch or Yeti or something, isn't it? But in the UK, the word knockers is a word for women's boobs. You know, knockers. It's been a word that men have used to describe women's boobs for a long time. So I think it makes me giggle. I would imagine most people in the UK, it would make us giggle. Now I can't get that back in there, so I won't even try. There we go. So that's Tarot of the Unexplained. And my other birthday presents were, as I said, books. I've got 4 here to show you, and I'm not going to show you in any detail. This is Witchcraft, the Library of Esoteria, and these are absolutely beautiful books. I discovered these on Amazon. And there's a series of them. There's one on tarot, there's one on plants and sort of botanicals, and there's one on sacred sites, I think, if I remember rightly. But these are absolutely gorgeous books. The reason why, is how am I going to show you? Just the artwork in here is just stunning. Every page has something just absolutely beautiful to look at in here. If the book wasn't so beautiful, I think I'd be cutting some of these images out of the book to hang on my wall. It's just stunning. Look, I mean, it's not all pictures. There's an awful lot of writing in here, and the subjects are, you can see, it's a lot. It's the initiation, the invocation, casting the circle, calling in the elements, the offering, just all sorts of things. It's an absolute beautiful book that I've sat and flicked through, but I've not sat and looked at in any real depth yet. But I just can't recommend this series of books enough if you're into this kind of thing. I think it was about £25, maybe £26, something like that. And a really, really well done book. And then I've got 3 books, all by the same author. 2 which my son bought me for my birthday, and 1 which a very dear friend bought me for my birthday. Somebody that's quite new in my life, actually, and I'm very fond of. So it was, it was really very sweet that he bought me this book. But anyway, these 2 here are from my son. And it's The Madman's Library, and it's by Edward Brooke Hitching, and there's also The Madman's Gallery, and these are so up my street. I just love these. And again, it's a book filled with just amazing images. This is The Man Consumed by Flames. Just all sorts of pictures. This is the gallery, isn't it? We've got the Garden of Earthly Delights in there. But it's, I think this came from the Radio 4 Book of the Week. It's a new illustrated collection. Discover an eccentric exploration through the curious history of art to find the strangest paintings, sculptures, drawings, and other artistic oddities ever made. This unique exhibition gathers more than 100 works, each chosen for their striking beauty, weirdness, and captivating story behind their creation. This is The Art of Death, which is a Japanese thing. Yeah, there's just all sorts of stuff in here. So yeah, that one is the Madman's Gallery, which again I've only sat and flicked through really so far, but I think that's going to probably become sort of bedtime reading, I would imagine. And then the Madman's Library by the same chap, Edward Brooke Hitching, and he also wrote the Phantom Atlas, the Golden Atlas, the Sky Atlas, and another book which I'm going to show you. And it said this is an illustrated journey through the history of literature, delving into its darkest territories to hunt down the strangest books and manuscripts ever written. So there's from the Quran written in the blood of Saddam Hussein through the gorgeously decorated 15th century lawsuit filed by the devil against Jesus, to the lost art of binding books with human flesh. It's just all sorts of strange and wonderful things, really. Just lots and lots of really cool pictures, lots and lots of really interesting things to read about them. So yeah, I haven't even started with this book just yet, but it's fascinating. And the last book I've got is by the same man, Edward Brooke Hitching, and this was a present to me, which is just lovely. And it says, brimming with strange stories and stunning illustrations, it's a curious history in 50 objects of an insight into romance through the ages, including the ancient Greek army of lovers, the pirate queen avenging her husband, the love story of the first woman to sail around the world, the Viking guide to dating, and the old gods of love and lust. It's a beautiful book, as are all his books, really, to be honest. And again, it's just filled with absolutely fascinating images and stories, you know, myths, legends, tales from all around the world. Just really, really fascinating. I'm so chuffed to have got that book. So if you'd like to see any of those books in more detail, please do let me know, and I'll sit and do a sort of face down video looking, and we'll go through the books properly. So that was all my birthday presents, really, but I was so chuffed with all of those. Yeah, I'm 56 now. 56. Yeah, 56. So what else did I want to say? So yeah, what I plan to do, starting from October the 15th, which I think is the start date of the Drop M78 Tarot Challenge, started by Esther at Mindful Tarot, which I'll try and remember to link her video about this in my description box. I think she's done this every year for a few years, and I've not taken part so far, but I think I've seen other people's videos that have. And basically you start with the Ace of Pentacles and you work your way through the minors up to the majors, and I think you finish with the World card on like maybe December 31st, something like that. But this year normally it's just one deck, and she said it was sort of like in 3D, but this year she's going 4D. So she's added another element to it, and I think the elements were definition. So for each card, like the Ace of Pentacles, it would be your definition of the card sort of more generically, I think. And then the actual detail of the card that you're looking at from that particular deck. And then a reflection of how that card might have manifested or not within your day. And then the 4D element is a discovery, and that's where she's introduced a second deck. It can be a tarot deck or an oracle deck, I think. And I think this discovery is meant to be more like a comparison between the two cards. So yeah, I'm quite excited about that. And this is the little book that I'm going to use to record it in, which I think was a Christmas present from my friend last year that I haven't got round to using. So yeah, that I'm going to record my sort of findings within that little book. And I'm going to, as my primary deck, I'm going to use the El Goliath Tarot, because I bought this deck last year and I was so excited to buy it, and I haven't used it to read with. I haven't really read the guidebook properly at all. I think because the writing is quite small and there's quite a lot, I've sort of flicked through it and been a bit intimidated by it because it's going to require quite a lot of focus and concentration. So I thought, what better deck really to have as my primary deck to think about the definition, the details in the card, how it relates to my day, and then compare it to another card. So the deck that I've decided to use as the discovery, the 4D element, is the Oak, Ash and Thorn deck, because it's another animal deck, because obviously the El Goliath is primarily, or if not all, animals, I think, as is this deck, but they couldn't be further apart in terms of animal decks, could they? This one has got some kind of, well, it's quite dark, isn't it? In places it's quite dark, whereas I've not found anything dark about the Oak, Ash and Thorn, and I'm a little bit more familiar with it. It's a deck that I resonate quite strongly with. I find it quite warm and earthy and grounded. So I thought, as a comparison, as a discovery, as a comparison between the two decks, I thought perhaps that's a good pairing. I'm not sure. Because you would think, wouldn't you, in the detail of the cards, I would pick up and feel very different things between the El Goliath and the Oak, Ash and Thorn. So that's the idea, and what I'm really hoping by doing this challenge is that it will help to focus my mind back into my tarot again, because like I said, I've been so distracted and tired and had so much going on, to be honest. It just seems to have been a summer of ill health in my family. I've currently got some worries in my family. Like I said, I've had a big ending this summer, which was difficult but necessary. And I've had a new beginning as well. So all of those things take up a lot of energy, don't they? And if you're tired, it's very difficult to be creative, isn't it? So I'm really hoping that come October the 15th, that just with one card per day, that I can kind of get stuck into that, write a little bit in my journal and feel like I'm actually able to focus again and learn something. So I always like to be learning, you know, it's always onwards and upwards. I like that. And the two oracle decks that I've decided to work with for this sort of autumn period, and I won't be using them in the Drop M 78 challenge, but I'm going to just pull a card every day just for myself. And I've chosen the Earthly Souls and Spirits. which I showed you the card down there, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. I edged mine in this beautiful sort of purpley colour. It's such a cute deck, such a soft deck. It's very simple, it's very witchy, but very autumnal. Is that the right word? That's what I want to say, isn't it? Autumnal. But it's a lovely deck. So I shall be pulling one of these most days, or one from my second deck that I've chosen. And this is a deck that I bought this summer and haven't really got round to using a great deal yet, and that's the Phases and Forests Oracle deck by Catherine Riles and Catherine Riles. It's inspired by plants and nature of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Each card contains a keyword and a journaling prompt. It's got a fantastic guidebook, actually. I think this is a little indie deck, I think that I bought from Etsy, perhaps. Comes with this cute little guidebook. The cards themselves are absolutely beautiful. They've been edged in this gorgeous bronze colour. Lovely cards, really thick, soft, good cardstock. Yeah, and these have got a very autumny feel for them, even though those cards have got the sun in them, haven't they? There's lots of plants there, but this is a deck going through the seasons, I think, really. But for me, it's, I don't know, the box is brown, that it's edged in this sort of bronze. It's got an autumny feel to it for me. And like I said, I very much like the guidebook and the prompts and the questions involved with this deck. So they're going to be the two oracle decks that I'm going to work with over the next month or two maybe. And like I said, the Dropham 78 will take me right through till the end of the year. And I'm still continuing with the tarot top trumps, started by Masha at Musings by Masha. I think we're up to, what have we just done? The Tower. So the next card is the Star. So we've not got many cards left to do, but that will probably take us about another 8 weeks as well. So we'll be getting close to Christmas by the time we've finished that. And other than that, if I feel like I've got the energy and I want to, I'll probably have a go at a VR or two here or there. And I think with the Drop 78 challenge, what I'm going to try and do is record a video once a week, just to show my journey and my explorations with my decks. It's too much to do a video every day of the card that I'm looking at, so I'll probably just try and sort of summarize it of the most interesting bits perhaps in a video once a week. That's my hope and my plan, to keep myself going. So yeah, I think that's about it really of what I want to say. I hope everybody's doing well. Everybody I seem to speak to at the moment is poorly or knows somebody that's poorly, but I suppose it's that time of year, isn't it? So yeah, I hope that you're all well and that life is treating you well, and I'd love to hear from you, so do please say hello. And like I said, if you'd like to look at those books or even those decks in any more detail, please do let me know, and I'll do a separate video on them at some point. So thanks for sitting here with me, thanks for being with me and sharing in things with me, and lots of love to everyone, and I'll see you all soon.